Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows. I've changed it up just a little bit and I wanted to update you on how I do them for my tutorials. So what I use to fill in my brows is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I really love the way this applies. I've been using it for a year and I can get really precise lines with it, which is my favorite part. The second item is their brush, and this is the number 7, it's the tiny one. The bristles are really stiff, so I can get really nice lines, especially for overfilling. It's really important to have that. And to set everything in place, I use their clear brow gel, and this just brings back life to your eyebrow so it doesn't look like a blob of color and you can't even see that you actually have eyebrow hair. So let's get started with how I do this. I like to dip the brush into the pomade and scrape off the edges, as you can see. And of course I just brush through my eyebrow hair to make sure everything is in place. And I like to start on the bottom edge, and I like to make a straight line kind of from the base of the very front of my brow. And then I move inwards because there's less product on the brush. And I like to define the bottom, and then with less product on the brush, I just start to fill in the rest of my eyebrow. As you can see, I like to use the flat side of the brush to kind of shape the front. I'll swipe up with it and then make kind of a square, but I don't like the square to be full-on square, if you know what I mean, because I do blend it in with the spoolie. So I like to make sure there's a lot of product on the brush when I do the arch, because that should be the darkest part of your eyebrow, and that is where I really have to fill in. The rest of it is pretty good, but that is where I've been growing in my eyebrows for seriously a year. And for the tail, I like to make 2 straight lines on the back and on the bottom, and then fill it in, and I even edit with my pinky, with my finger, just removing it. And as you can see here, I drew the top very high, a little too high, but I will fix that later, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So I just really fill it in. It may look too harsh, and I obviously go back and see if it's even. So I'm fixing up the other side and making sure it's a little bit higher, because I do have to fill in the top, since the bottom I overfill. If I don't do this, then it looks really uneven and weird. So now I'm going to brush through my eyebrows, except for the very bottom edge, because if I remove that, then it totally looks like I have no hair. So just brush, 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 blend. I like to remove it with my pinky. And then with the clear brow gel, I like to scrape off the excess and very lightly go through, just touching the hair, not even my skin, so I don't remove any of the color. And I like to brush up the fronts and sweep over the rest of the brow. So to clean up, I'm going to use my Bare Skin Concealer. It's the same color as my skin, not lighter, and I just draw around my eyebrow. I honestly don't do this every time, but since I did mess up this eyebrow, of course I naturally mess up for a tutorial, I actually had to clean it up. And I don't really clean up the bottom, but I did with this. I don't know, it just got carried away. But that's okay. I guess I'm just showing you how I would do it, especially if I'm going out or a special occasion. And with this brow, I actually covered up some of the pomade, as you can see, just to give it more of a rounded effect. And we are done. This is how I like them. They're not too thin, they stand out, they complement my eyes, I think. Tell me what you think, I'd like to know. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped any of you out, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.